Dumelang, Absheni Ralocha Sanwanani Mulweni. My name is Naledi Mfoloe, and it is my absolute pleasure to welcome you to the latest edition of the African Diaspora News channel, where we unravel the stories that shape our world and our community. Now, Captain Ibrahim Traoré of Burkina Faso has sent a powerful message of gratitude to the people of Africa and the world who stood in the solidarity with his vision of a new Africa free from the shackles of imperialism and neo-colonialism. On April 30th, 2025, a wave of global protests and solidarity demonstrations took place across the world, from New York to London to Ghana to South Africa. And as Africans and their allies gathered to show the unwavering support for Burkina Faso and for Traoré's revolutionary leadership. And today we hear from the man at the heart of this movement, who expresses his gratitude for the powerful force of unity and resistance that has been ignited. Now, let's listen closely to his words, because I do believe that they resonate not only in Burkina Faso, but in every corner of Africa and in every heart of Africans who are tired of being exploited. Captain Traoré said, and I quote, "I would like to express my gratitude to all the peace-loving, freedom-loving patriots and Pan-Africanists who rallied around the world on Wednesday, April 30th, 2025, to support our commitment and our vision for a new Burkina Faso and a new Africa free from imperialism and neo-colonialism." Now, do you feel that? This is a moment of reckoning, a moment where Africa's people are coming together in solidarity with a leader who represents the future of Africa's sovereignty. The vision of a new Africa is not a dream. It is not a far-off hope, but it is an emerging reality. And Captain Traoré is showing us how we can take control of our own destiny. Now, let us take a step back for a second and recognize something important here. What Traoré has said is not just a thank you message. It is a declaration of intent. He makes it clear that this is a struggle for justice and a struggle for fairness, and not just in Burkina Faso, but across the entire continent, because this is our fight. Now, he goes on to say, we will never bend our backs in the face of adversity. We will stand firm until our peoples are truly emancipated. Now, let me tell you, my African family, this is our time. When Traoré said, we will never bend our backs, he's echoing the sentiments of our ancestors who resisted, who fought, and who endured hardship. And now we must carry that legacy forward. We cannot bend. We will not bend. And if anything, we will stand firm in this battle for our freedom, for our land, and for our dignity. We must all remember that the forces of evil that Traoré speaks of are not just external powers, but internal systems that continue to perpetuate neo-colonialism and imperialism. And finally, he says, and I quote, "With you, we are certain that victory over the forces of evil is at hand. Together in solidarity, we will defeat imperialism and neo-colonialism for free and dignified and sovereign Africa." And this is a call to action, brothers and sisters. This is a battle we must win together, and we must come together in solidarity with Burkina Faso, with Traoré, and with every nation on this continent that refuses to be enslaved by powers that have been that has held us down for centuries. And when Traoré speaks of victory, I do believe it's not a dream, but it's real and it's possible and it's within our reach. But with that being said, it will require all of us, every African in the continent, every African in the diaspora, and every person who believes in the cause of freedom, to actually stand together and continue the fight for sovereignty and for self-determination and for a future free from exploitation. This is not just Burkina Faso's fight, but this is Africa's fight. And this is your fight. So as we wrap up, let me remind you that solidarity is our power. And together we can defeat the forces that seek to exploit us. Together we will rise, and together we will see an Africa that is free, that is dignified and sovereign. Now, thank you to Captain Ibrahim Traoré for your leadership, and thank you to every single person who stands with Africa's freedom, because the struggle continues. Let's continue the conversation in the comment section. I'd really like to hear what your thoughts are on this. Please, while you're at it, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. That's it from me.